I think the TEFL is overrated. This may be controversial. I don't know. But I think a lot of people don't actually need the TEFL program to get hired, especially here in South Korea. So let's talk about it. This is my now third month teaching. And what I was shocked about, especially after talking to teachers at my school and teachers at other schools from the communities I'm involved in, is that a lot of people have been able to get jobs with having the TEFL. And from what I heard originally when I was doing my research, like you needed that TEFL certificate in order to get a position here in South Korea. Now, I had posted on my profile that I had taken the TEFL program, and my recruiter asked specifically if I took it. But when I interviewed, and I think I only did 2 interviews, no one asked me about the TEFL. Again, nobody asked me about sending in my TEFL certificate. So I really could have not taken the TEFL and said that I took it and would have gotten the same position that I did, because I was only verbally asked once by my recruiter. Now, I'm not suggesting you do that, because you can buy the TEFL program on Groupon for $20. If you get an extra coupon, even cheaper than that. So what normally costs like $200 or a couple of $1,000, depending on if you go in and actually take those classes in person, getting it for 20 to 16 bucks is not that big of a deal. So do I suggest people get the TEFL? I don't know. I really don't know, because I've talked to several people who have not taken the TEFL and they've gotten jobs. They've gotten really good jobs. Some of them make more money than I do with less experience. I'm not gonna, speculate on why I think that is, but I don't think it is as important as people make it out to be. Like I said, there are so many teachers who are currently teaching right now in South Korea that I have talked to who either never heard of TEFL or they just didn't take it. They applied for jobs because they heard about teaching in South Korea from someone on TikTok or YouTube, and they were able to get a job. Now, I think TEFL has done a really good job putting themselves in a position where they are industry leader, but because of the way Hagwons work, I don't think that many Hagwons care anymore. There may have been a time where like you needed that TEFL certificate in order to get a job, but I don't see that as being the case right now. And once you get here, there are so many things that you are going to have to pay for before you get your first check, that if you can save money on the TEFL, even if it's 20, 16 bucks, because that's going to go a long way in South Korea. And I definitely would not suggest getting your TEFL notarized or anything like that, because that's a couple of $100. I think that, you could save that money and put that money towards all the things that you're going to have to pay for, like your health check, your art card, your just getting around day to day, your food, your electric bill, your phone bill, all these things, and just save that money and also save that time so you can do more research and actually prepare and maybe even leave the US or wherever sooner and get to South Korea. So I do think the TEFL is overrated. I think that we have come to a time where it's not necessary. I'm not going to say that there aren't going to be some schools who aren't going to want you to have the TEFL and see that TEFL certification. But out of everyone that I have talked to, out of the 3 months that I've been here, and it's not just the teachers at my school, but I know teachers at 10 schools, and none of them were asked for the certified copy of the TEFL. So, like I said, do with that as you will, but I do think the TEFL is a bit outdated, especially here in South Korea. Now, I cannot say anything for China or any other Asian-speaking country. You may 100% need the TEFL there, so do your own research. But everything that I learned in TEFL, although a lot of those things I use in my classroom today, I would have been 100% okay not taking the TEFL and learning those things. And I think it took me really about 3.5 weeks to finish that program. I was going through it kind of slow, and I did take like a week and a half off. I think that I could have used that time doing other things and preparing more for my actual move, and that would have saved me some trouble once I landed here. So if you are considering getting the TEFL specifically for South Korea, I would think about it a little bit more. I'm not telling you not to do it, because it definitely has helped me in some of the things that I do, but I know that I would have been okay had I not taken it. So tell me your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the TEFL is overrated? Do you think you really need it? I would especially love to hear from other ESL teachers who are teaching in South Korea. And if you're thinking on getting the TEFL or coming to South Korea, please let me know, because I have some things coming that I think will help you a lot with that journey. So as you're going through this journey, you're not doing it alone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and I will see you in the next video.